Good morning, I'm on the Staffordshire Worcestershire Canal. First light, first cast, and what will the first fish be? Roach. I'm catching a few of these now, all about the same size. They do hang around together, and I've managed to keep a grip on that one, always important. I'll be back when I hook, play, net and bank a perch. However, it's not a stripey that I return with, but a gudgeon. I took my wedding band off as well for that one. There it is. Put it in a safe place. On this occasion, it is very bent. And if you know what I'm talking about, then I went through all of that a week or a couple of weeks or so ago. Time flies. Maybe a month. We love a dipping float, don't we, as anglers, especially when it doesn't come back to the surface. I've got the beginnings of a bite there. Will it progress? I think it is. I think it is. Let's strike. Shows how much I know. We love the beginnings of a bite, don't we? As anglers, when the float dips and doesn't come back to the surface. Have I got a fish on? I think I have. A little bit of Groundhog Day there, but on this occasion, I really have. The float that I mentioned is a Drennan Crystal Waggler, 0.8 gram, a shot either side, another one about 18 inches down, and because it's the canal, the anchor as well. That's a size 6, and that's about 3.5 inches away from the size 14 Drennan Super Specialist hook with 2 maggots. The reel is a Shimano 3500 and it's a Gray's Prodigy TX rod, and the line that I'm fishing with is Maxima Chameleon, 4 pound, straight through from the reel to the hook. I think this is another perch. Yes, it is, as it starts to rain. This is where I'm fishing. You can see the high bank there with lots of trees dropping down to the canal, and there is a reed bed on the far side, and I'm fishing just off there. So still in the boat channel, but the far side of it, because it is fairly clear today, the water. Not crystal clear, but clear. So I'm getting a bait out there towards the far side, but still in the deeper water. I'm catching predominantly roach, which I'm not showing all of them, but I'm always happy to parade a perch, regardless of the size. A foul hooked perch in the dorsal. On that occasion, the fish must have been fanning the bottom so that the bait was rising, and that perch would have then been head down, so its dorsal wasn't that far off the bed of the canal, and then obviously the hook caught the fish, and that was it. It was fighting really well. They do, don't they, when they're foul hooked? But then as soon as I saw it and the angle that it was at as it came through the water, I realised what it was. I'm into the final hour or so of the session. The bites have slowed down, but I'm still getting them. I'm not showing all of them, especially the roach. But as I said, I'm happy to show my favourite fish, the perch. And that one has been hooked in a more conventional way. Actually, I'm catching a lot of these now, this particular size, so I'm not even presenting each one to the screen. I just pulled out of a very good perch. I do catch some nice fish from the Staffordshire Worcestershire Canal, but not that many per session. So will I get another bite of the cherry, or will that be it as far as this particular trip is concerned? Well, we shall see. I will carry on fishing, but of course these things happen, and I will be back anyway regardless. But when I do lose a fish, I don't know what you're like. Do you think to yourself, right, that's it, I'm never going back to that place again? Or are you motivated even more to return and perhaps put that wrong right, so to speak? I'm definitely in the latter camp. I have got another perch on, and it's a good one. I can see it in the water, and it's in the back of the net. Its throat is stuffed with maggots as well. Very hungry perch. And this is what it looks like in a pose situation. And here it is, being returned. Just a baby, this one. Not a species in its own right, but that is a hybrid. It's a bream roach, and you always use the species first that's got most of it in the fish. A lot of bream there, but a little bit of roach as well. Another fish right at the end, a good one, should I say. I've been catching them all through the session. What's this? If it's a perch, it's very, very good. If it's a bream, it'll be okay. I think, you know, it could be the latter. I did get the hybrid just now. No, it's a perch, it's a perch. I do get excited. And rightly so. Oh yes, this will be the biggest of the session. And it's in the back of the net. What a cracking fish that is. No wonder I get excited. There it is. Fantastic. It's always nice to watch them go back as well. Flick of the tail and into the canal where it belongs. Another brilliant session there. I'm doing really well with the canal perch of late. And you might be saying to yourself, it's okay for him, he fishes every day. Well, I do. I am retired, so I'm making the most of the opportunities that I have. But bear in mind that that visit this morning was just for a couple of hours, that's all. So it's not as if I go fishing from 6:30 in the morning till 7:30 at night, just 2 hours. It's all about the quality of time that you've got rather than the quantity. And I think that's something that we can all employ. In fact, when I was working full-time and when I was part-time and semi-retired before my current position, I was still thinking along those lines. Just a couple of days or so ago, I parked the car, I was getting back to the car, and there was another car just a few down from where I was, and there was an angler getting out, off with his gear, and we had a little chat, and he said, I'm just going to have me a couple of hours and then I'll go back and do some work. And I said to him, I like it. I like that philosophy, making the most of every opportunity, making the most of the time that's available to us.